So today's backtesting session, I'm gonna go over GBPCAD. It's just some work that I've done previously. I'm not gonna touch that. We're gonna start from, I guess, here, around May time. Take it all the way there. Okay. Alright. So just watching the leg coming into this current point of interest that we are right now. So you can see here this low. You can see here price pushed in a new low, which meant that this was originally holding structure, but it went ahead and it broke. And then alternatively what happened was it came down and it broke to the downside once again. So that means we're back to bearish now. And then what happened was it broke once again, which means this is what's holding the structure now. Okay, anything above that would be a bullish break of structure. So for us, we can see alternatively this is what's maintaining this leg. Right now we are just in the retracement of it, so we can see we have tapped into it. Maybe even we can go to like a weekly. Okay, so there's a nice weekly candle in there. Okay, we've kind of tapped into the 80% of it, but let's go back down to like a 3-day, maybe a 2-day. Okay, that 2-day has got a nice body to it. Yeah, maybe it's a 2-day. Okay, there's the 2-day 80%. I wonder if there's any confluence with the weekly 80% in there as well. So that one is, so if we go back to like a 2-day. Yeah, so there is some confluence in there. So the 2-day candle is the same as the weekly candle, which lines up with the 80% in there. So but regardless, anyway, we can't just go and place a limit of 100 and something pips. That's out of order. So watching the order flow here, we need that either we need something to happen in here. So either what we'll need for us to start looking for buys is either price is going to break that structure, or price is going to come down, make a new low, and then upon making that new low, whatever is the lower high, we'll need that to break. It can keep on coming down, so the retracement can keep on coming down up until this point here. Okay, as long as we don't go below this. Once we go below this, we will have a break of structure to the downside, which we don't want. So for me right now, buys are still valid. Yeah. Okay, now I can see here this 2-day candle is also very nice as well. So this is something that we could potentially look at once when we have that break of structure over here. So let's stay on the intraday time frame for now, and let's see what happens. So this can delete that. Okay, cool. Let's play up. Okay, cool. We can see we have got the break of structure now. Right there. Bullish break of structure. And again, remember we said about that 2-day candle. So this 2-day candle's got that push down to it. Okay, 50% is still a lot. 80% is still kind of a lot, to just go ahead and place a buy limit in there. So the other option is to watch how price come into it, and then we need to see the change of order flow coming into it, and then we can go ahead and place a limit or just market execute. Okay, so we can see there's some imbalance into that 80%. There's this little reaccumulation that happened in here around that 50%, so I'm gonna be looking for price to come into here, and then we'll see what happens in here. This is for previous one. Okay, so let's see what happens. Okay, so price is coming in nicely. Okay. So I mean, for us, we can see like we can see price making, you know, slightly higher high and higher lows on the lower time frame, but for me this is still what's holding it. I think this for me is still like the discounted buying price, if that makes sense. Okay, cool. So now we're getting there. So now we have a break of lower time frame break of structure. So now we can see the retracement is kicking in. And now just lower time frame there. Okay, so we're gonna be watching for this into that 50 and 80%. Okay, right, so it seems like price has just tapped into this area in here and just gone. Okay, so now let's go back and let's see. So definitely came into that 2-day, here. Just didn't come quite deep enough, but let's work the lower time frame structure in here. Okay, cool. So looking at this, we have got this low, price pushed in and made a new high, and price then pushed in. If you want to look at that, but here definitely we pushed over it, so this is that low. So I guess price tapped into here, into this loss, push down, and then went and made a new high. And then we can see this fast drop here, which price did have like a lower time frame break of structure, but alternatively did not go lower than this. It's getting a bit messy. Cool. So watching this. Okay, so price then tapped into this area here, but again, as I said, we did not break this low here, and I think we can see this is around like, okay, yeah, this is around the crossover time as well. Okay, cool. Well, that was mistrade anyway. I can't find like the candle in here. Um, that we could have played off from. Let me just have a look. 120, 115. Okay, so there is that 115 in here. 114, 113. 113. Okay, so we can see this was that last push down. And that one and broke this structure as well. So this was the cause of it. So this was the cause of it. Just wanna see if it comes to like 80% or something. So that one comes into 80%. Okay, and this is good timing as well. This is London Open. Sorry, New York Open. Just 4 minutes into it, and you know the minimum that I would take it for would be 10 to 1. So let's see if it gives you 10 to 1. Right up here. I don't think it gives a 10 to 1. But if we was to take this, this here would be my break even, and I'll definitely look to take some partials like up in here somewhere. So once when we take this new high, I'll take my first partial. Yeah. Okay, so break even. So price gone to break even right here, and I guess when price made this low but and then recovered, so when price just gone after this high, we would have reduced the risk to I guess more or less break even, because that's where the low was. And we're looking, okay, so when price basically went there, would have taken like maybe 25% off, and that's at 61. And then I think alternatively we can see price then came down, and break even would have hit. So this one actually came deeper than that 80%, tapped maybe somewhere in here, wherever that was in there. That's cool, because now the only thing we gotta wait for is wait for this structure to get broken, and then we can play off from wherever that low was. Okay, the structure is not broken yet. Not broken yet. Okay, now we broke it. Right, we broke that, so now this is the last point. This is the high, this is the new high, this is the higher low now, so this is what's maintaining the lower time frame. No, sorry, this was holding the intraday. And this is what's holding the, so we got high, new high, this is what's holding the lower time frame. lower time frame. Cool. So yeah, so somewhere in there now there's this maybe 8-hour candle. Yeah. But this thing is, it did engulf it, but it's just, it seems balanced out. So we'll just have to watch how order flow comes into it, and then see if we can get some sort of accumulation in here somewhere. Okay. Alternatively, this is still on the table. When price just, you see, if price just wants to break everything and come down into here, or when price clear up this high, for example, or when price clear this high, maybe when it does something like this, then you can clear up the imbalance in here to go up higher, or when basically to go and make a new high. Go and make a new high and then come down into here to go and make a new high. But either way, we're just going to keep working the order flow and we'll see what we can get. Okay, so lower time frame here got broken. Okay, so this is where price is right now. Let's go into lower time frame and let's see if there was anything in here. So we can see the compression as price is coming in. I'll drop down one more. This is rollover, so I'm actually going to check another broker and see if there is the same. Okay, so this one also comes down and trades lower. Okay, cool. This one much lower though. Cool. Okay, so that's what's in here. We did not go below this low. I think we just came down, we just made like an equal low from the intraday. Yeah, that we came in, we made like equal low in here. Okay, cool. So let's go deeper and let's find out. Okay, cool. So we can see the compression, as I said, coming into it, and alternatively we can see the accumulation taking place. We've got this here as our seller's climax. No, we can do this as a seller's climax, and we can do this as the prim, and then this is the secondary test. AR. And there's your trading range there. We can see that SD does come into that 50% and even give us a UA in here. And then price does come down for an STB. Okay. For NSTB now, the other thing that I'll need is obviously cause and effect, because this schematic is all well and good, but we'll need it to break this high, which at the moment it hasn't done so. So breaking this high would add some power to it, basically, because then that would give us that bullish order flow, and then that would be the extreme of the intraday. So if price, again, this is now not backtesting but projecting, if price gives us that, come down into somewhere into here, we could look to go and take it higher. Okay, cool. Now so that's that, but let's actually stick back to the backtesting and look. So I think potentially there was this counter trend trade in here which we could look at just for backtesting purposes, back in here. So we can just look for that break of order flow. For example, we got this, we made a high from this, made a new high, so this made a new high, so this is the high and low, made a new high, this is the high and low, made a new high, this is the high and low. We broke it over here, but then we came and we made a new high, so this is what's holding the bullishness. If you go below that, we'll have bearish order flow. And let's see, okay, cool. And we, I want to say we do. So the low of this is 71434. The low of this is 71441. Okay, cool. So this is still higher, but either way, we then get this break here. Okay, this is the one that breaks here. Order flow, and it also breaks the lower time frame as well. So now watching some sort of pullback coming into it, we can see, so okay, we can maybe see this 4 hour here, 2 and 2, okay, maybe 3 hour, maybe 150, 16, 17, 200. Okay. Okay, keep that 140 then. Okay, we can see price already came back and mitigated from this area here. Okay, it already did that, and then price came down here. So since if we don't have, so I guess now the next thing is to start watching when price come into here. Okay, how do we react when price come into here? And then same thing, watching the order flow coming into it. Made a new high, so this is the low. Okay, so we made a new high. Made a new high, so this was the low. And then alternatively, if that was not your low, we can see here definitely we broke it here. So we're back to bearish order flow. If you didn't want to look at this, that's fine. Let's check the 2 hour. Okay, 2 hours nice. 21, 122, 23. Okay, that 120. 5. I like that 124. There was okay, we'll keep on the thing anyway. 123, and then we can see there was This was the last push-up candle. So this one just missed it by a little bit. So I wonder what candle was in here, if there is a candle. No. Okay. 123. Okay, so what alternatively we'll be looking for would be about 50% of this, just to fill up the imbalance. And to mitigate out of this area. And remember, we're still looking for price to come down into here, so this is the whole area where we want price to come down into. Okay, maybe 50% of it. This is a what? This is a. When I say let's go for try to go for 5 to 1. Okay, there's a. There's a. There's your 5 to 1. Let's see what happens. Okay, so this activates. So again, Asian rollover activates your 50%. Okay, and I think we can see the distribution happening. We can just look at this again. So this is that high, price made a new high, this was that low, price then made a new high, this was that low. What we can look at, price made a new high, so this was that low. Bearish order flow. Okay, so right now, well, our right now in the UK would be asleep, but I guess for Asian people trading Asian, this is where I would go break even, because we made a bearish order flow, which means we could come back into here, but we should not be going above this now, because if we go above this, we're back to bullish order flow, which means this price action was not valid, or is not valid anymore. So why am I going to risk that much when here is like the maximum I can go to find out if I'm right or wrong. So that's what I'll do. And then so we're still Asian right now. Okay, so we're coming up to London. Let me put this so I know. Okay, we've come up to London. This is London. Yeah, this is London open right now. I guess we could see the accumulation here, but I won't only worry about this accumulation if we go and we make a new high. Okay, cool. So 9 o'clock. We have a one last run in here. I guess this could be like the last point of supply in here, but there's no way I would maybe there's that 80% of that. No, if it comes to 50%, but it already came to 50% here after taking out this low. So 9 minute. So there's imbalance. We could see imbalance in here. Maybe 3 minute. Okay, yeah, there is that 3 minute or candle right there. Okay, so I guess it would be something like equal high taken. We can see the FU candle right in there, and this is where price came to London open. And I think we can see the distribution happening as well. What's up, bro? You good?
bro, I'm calm. I'm calm. I'm at the gym right now. I just decided just to like hop on the gym just see for the same show.
Okay, cool,
So
cool. I mean,
yeah,
I don't think you missed much, but just to quickly recap,
okay.
um, there was this just this low trade, but this is GBPCAD. GBPCAD has been moving sideways for a long time, but I just thought let me see what I could have grabbed from it. But there was this trade which alternatively did come around and hit break even. It gave us an opportunity of 6 to 1 maximum. Um, had we been in a trade, it would have hit our 10 to 1, but it didn't. And then what's happening now is I'm looking for a counter trend trade coming into our point of interest. Um, so basically, just to walk it down real quick, um, this was the last point where we had the order flow holding bullishness. We broke below that. Let me come back to that. Yeah, there you go. So we broke below that with this one here. At the same time, we broke both order flow and we broke lower time frame structure. So I was looking for any kind of pullback to then have a sell down to come into our demand zone, which is holding intraday time frame here. um, so having looked at this, we can see this is the low, the high, price made a high, price made a higher high, this is the higher low, then price made a higher high, so this was the higher low, or either way price came back down, gave us a bearish order flow in here. And then I was looking at that 1 2 3 candle, and we can see 50% tapped in, but then when we jump back down to like the lower time frame, as price is coming in, this is where we tap into. So this is that 50%, and then we can see the distribution taking place. um, and to just basically label it, this is the change of character. This would be our buyer's climax rally, and then what happened here is we've got a lot of STs. Secondary test, secondary test, and secondary test, and then this is UT. Okay, UT does come down and give us that, well, alternatively all the way up here, that sign of weakness, and then look at where price come into, tap into that 3 hour open right there as our last point of supply. So this would have been, so here again, as I said, we've if I was trading, because this happened over Asian, if I was trading Asian, this is where I would go ahead and move my break even. So break even is currently sitting here. That means I could go ahead and take an entry right in here. We stop right there now, and then again taking this to that same target which was in here. That's a
So
17 to 1, so that's not
one
bad.
question, yeah.
Go on.
So we're trying to distribution. Do you like wait for price to trade what's it lower low, or does this need to what's it come out of the trading range? Yeah,
So it depends, is this type 1 or type 2?
yeah, wait. This is the type two.
Okay, so you're talking about this one specifically, yeah?
Yeah, yeah. This one
Okay,
sister. Would you wait?
okay.
Would you wait for it to come to like to make a new low, or just
Low, so
what's
you
it
mean
come
after
out of the
here?
trading range? Yeah, that one.
Oh, okay, but hasn't it already made a new low though?
Um,
Here.
I mean, to me personally, when it's in what's it when it's in a schematic, I don't really count it as like I don't really count that area, the automatic valley, as what's it? I mean, a break of water flow.
Right. So you would, okay, so for you, you would count this here, I'm assuming, this
So,
one here as the new low or the break of order flow.
no, I'm saying um now I would say what's it, the low right now, I would count that as the new low because of both what's it, just yeah, that order flow there.
So you're basically saying you would wait for this one here.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
I
what I
guess
would
it,
normally do.
okay. I guess it's all subjunctive, isn't it, bro?
Yeah,
Um, so you looking at it through your own eyes, and then me looking at it with my eyes, isn't it? I mean, that's why
yeah,
sometimes we have different ideas and stuff. But for me personally, this area would still hold significance for me personally, and not just in back testing, but like in real life as well, because
yeah,
especially after that UT, because sometimes you can get UT that just comes to about the 50% and then go back up. Do you get what I'm saying?
yeah,
So if I was to put a trading range down, for example, we can see this UT came down well below 50%, but not only that, it then redistributed itself and then does come back down to like and make it low. Do you know what I mean? And then the finish of the
yeah,
low is here. This is my minor sign of strength. We come one last time to mitigate. This is the last point of supply, and then we come back down to wherever, I guess. So let's actually see now. So if this is where you truly wait in real life, let's see if we will
yeah,
get an opportunity to come back up in here. Um, so okay, cool. Price now goes back down. At this point, for me, yes. So this is where I would be looking to take some partials right in here, and then alternatively,
yeah,
this is where I'll be looking to take some partial 50%. Okay, so let's just say this was 25 and this was 25, because alternatively this is a counter trend trade. So I'm gonna need to take large volumes off. But let's just say when price comes here, I want to take 50% off. Okay, so you're currently looking for that retracement back up into here for price to give you an entry.
yeah,
Okay, let's see. So price made that low. I've taken 50% off. Right now we're still following that order flow. No break yet. Okay, so price made a new low. So this is what's holding order flow right now. Made a new low. So this was holding order flow right now. Okay, and then price give us that boost. Let's see if it comes deep into this area here. Okay, so let's see what candle this one is, because I don't really like that wick in there. I'll go with that to that 2 minutes. Okay, yeah, there's a nice candle in there. Yep, oh, look at that. Sweet. Hold on. Okay, so this is the 50% and this is the 80%. Okay, let's see what happens now. Now at this point I would be watching the order flow. Okay, so we made a low. No, we didn't make a low yet. Okay, now we made a low. So we broke order flow on that retracement, bro, which now tells me that this is the maximum it's gonna go up to, and we can see the clear distribution in here. Can you see that?
Yeah, bro, I can see it.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess this is the maximum, bro. Uh, destroy. So I guess if price did come a little bit lower, maybe another 12 pips, it would have activated your 50%, which is a decent entry point in terms of your, yeah, 8 pips is not bad, and just to come down 50% of that demand zone is still about 12 to 1. So but just price just being a bit of a mug. And here I think we can see the clear head and shoulders pattern distribution going on, and then I think price just goes down, make that new low. So upon making that new low, let's see if I wonder if maybe then you could just play the order flow coming down. So when price makes something like, so we broke, we made a new low here. So technically this is what is holding the order flow. So we could look for that retracement, tap into that lowest point of order flow here to potentially go down lower. Let's see if that does happen. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, cool. Let's come back up. So yeah, bro. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Um, and then I guess this is where TP hit both these order close, one to 5, and then the lower time frame one to 17. Um, so
Yeah, bro, I think I'm just gonna have to like back test a lot of type two schematics because a lot of times when I don't wait for a new lower load to be made, I tend to take a loss on the D2.
yeah,
That's why I tend to like wait for order flow to like do thing before I try
okay,
to put a limit on.
okay. Try it out, bro. Try it out and see if it does give you that change. Um, because maybe if it doesn't, then maybe type twos are not your strength play. Do you know what I mean? Um,
Yeah,
maybe then you should whenever you see a type 2 form in, maybe then you should reduce your risk. Maybe take 5%, 0.05% off or something like that, just so then you can then keep your losses to a minimum. But yeah, but just keep journaling it. Number one, like it's
yeah,
it's great that you've identified that, bro. Like not a lot of people even know that they're taking they're a bit funny when it comes to type twos or type threes or type ones. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
definitely keep track of it. Number two, make some changes and some tweaks, and then see if that has an impact. If it doesn't, then just reduce your risk whenever you're trading it next time, until you can see the changes happen or something. So
Right.
yeah, yeah. But that's
Right,
about
bro.
it. Yeah, go on.
Okay. No, no, it's alright. It's alright. It's fine.
Cool. So yeah, so that's about it, and then that just comes down into where we are right now. So really, was just a counter trend trade. I'm not gonna put it into the journal because I'm trying to keep this journal pro trend only. When it loads, I'm trying to keep this journal pro trend only. So this was just training your eyes, kind of thing. But alternatively, it did come down into the intraday, but just for me, there was no limit sitting there. Um, there was no limit sitting there because I could not really find that candle. So that's that. But now, again, going down to the lower time frame. So when we saw price coming in, we could see the accumulation taking place. Maybe for a minute. Okay, we can see the accumulation. So we can see the compression coming in. We can see the one drive, two drive, three drive, and then here the four drive. But for me, this is still an STB rather than a spring, because I can't really find the STB in here. So I'm gonna have to label this as the STB. Um, yeah, that. And then, so now the other thing is I'm gonna now need to wait. I'm gonna need to wait for price to give us a boost, because yeah, we may have the cleanest schematic, but we need to have a booth to just add more of a importance to the schematic, because right now we can see, look, the distribution, and we can see price tapped into the distribution, and look at the sell-off. So for all we know, this accumulation might not even hold because sellers are still in control right now, and then we can just see price just going down and then the extreme getting clapped. So that's why for me, every schematic and every distribution I take or accumulation I take, I need to have a booth or structure. Ideally structure, but if I can get a booth and then if I can get another schematic, that's doable for me. Yeah. Talking of which, bro, before we wrap up, did you manage to take that ACAD?
Nah, I haven't. You know what? Yeah, I just made a choice. Yeah, to just like only trade about 7 pairs now. So
Okay.
just the major pairs. So ACAD, you know, EN, like all them other pairs. Yeah, I'm not trading them anymore. I'm just
Okay.
trading major pairs and gold. That's it. Right?
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. Do that.
Yeah.
See if it works for you. But just to kind of recap on this, let me do on my one because everything is set up there. So I actually made a mistake, and the mistake I made was, and I realized this way afterwards. So this line somehow got moved. So this holding higher time frame structure. Let me come back into here. So this line, it wasn't like this. I only saw this afterwards. It was somewhere like this. Actually, I'll tell you exactly where it was. It was there because that's where this stop loss was. Do you get what I'm saying? So
Oh,
when I was here, I did not bother going back to there because I thought, oh, okay, this is my 80%. This is what's holding lower time frame. So I only put my stop loss here. So and here, actually when price made this new low, I actually manually closed it anyway. So I was like, I saved about 12 pips, about $30 in here anyway, which is cool.
yeah.
But when I was looking back at it, this somehow got moved. It
Uh,
should have been here. And if that was the case, I would have still been in this trade because it never actually broke. It
yeah.
never actually broke it. I mean, if we look at this here, yeah, the low of this was 0.92484. This low is 0.92480. So very, very small, 0.84, 0.0. Yep, 84. And so this one is 84 and that one is 80. Very, very, very small. So, and we can see that here. Okay, but obviously on my note, I said when I saw price taking lower, I manually closed the thing about 12 pips. But yeah, so I thought that was a break of structure, but it actually wasn't. So if that was something in here, then
Has a lot of potential as well.
yeah, I mean
Really, yeah.
just just to then where the new high is. Um,
Well, like, I think minimum 300 pips, I believe.
I think when I saw this, the RNO was about 1 to 50 or something. I'm just
Yeah, it was
about to
really
look
high.
again. Taking forever. Okay, there we go. So the daily, yeah, this one here was 1 to 50. That was the higher entry. The lower one, okay, granted the stop loss was a bit higher. Okay. So if I put that one in there and then if I just here. Okay, so it actually gone down a lot. So it was originally a 1 to 40 something, but it's gone down to 1 to 26 just to go and make this new high. Okay, cool. But anyways, that's that. Even so now I've lost 0.50% on the extreme here. So this is it now. It's not gonna my trading plan is not gonna allow me to do anything until until Okay, so this is that new low that broke off today. So this is what's holding structure right now for me. Until we see that break of structure, because this is all well and good. I mean, we're seeing silver accumulation in here. Okay, there you go. So this is that low, this is that new low. So we can delete this in here. And delete that. That's just order flow. Okay, so this is that new low. So this is what's holding bearishness right now. So I need to see price giving me that break of structure. Until then, I'm not going to look at this. I'm not going to entertain this because this is, this is just doing its bits. But it's still holding some sort of potential because this, I guess, could be the spring now. Do you know what I mean? This is the spring, but either way, this is what's still holding bearishness. So I will need to have that bullish order flow before I can go ahead and throw even $1 to it. So that's that. Other than that, in terms of other stuff that I'm looking at, I don't know if you know, but GU got triggered Friday NFP. I didn't even know about it until like I looked afterwards. NFP tapped me in 130 right there. And then just went and in here. So now I'm waiting for this because so this is that low. Where did I mark this up? Maybe the 2 hour, 1 hour. Okay, so this was that, yeah, this was that low. This is that slingshot of this leg here that caused that low. So I actually need price to overtake and go above that SC simply because this is where we know sellers are sitting down. This is where they re-energize themselves, the sellers, to kind of push down some more. So this is where I need price to go above that. Once when price go above that, if price wants to come back, I would entertain it, but alternatively, I will need it to go and give us a new structure break, a new order flow break up here. But once when it does that, I'm already waiting at this candle, 136. Very, very nice. And then on the, I want to say 9 minutes, 25 I got here. Nope, 8 minutes then. Okay, and then on the 8 minute, I can see this accumulation happening. Okay, so we've got our full drive, 1, 2, 3, 4. Spring, we can see our creek, we can see the change of order flow, we can see the change of character here as well. This is our sign of strength, and I want to know exactly what I saw though. Is it clean? Maybe it was a 9 minute. Oh, okay, whatever. And then sitting in here, I can also see this is the London, New York Open price sitting right here, 1 o'clock. But I'm gonna be looking into this spring. So here I can see. I don't have a candle sitting in here exactly, but just that 136, maybe 80% of that 136. Let me just check the pips how much it is. So from that 80% to that low, it's about 12 pips. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, right now, just I took some partials here. I've got my second set of partials here, my third one here, and then I've got a fourth one just running alternatively to go and make a new high. So that's time. We can see the distribution here very nicely. But up until we go below this, which is what's holding structure, I'm not gonna do anything about it. Cool. But yeah, but that's that. So is there any other question, bro?
No more questions.
Good, yeah.
All right.
Cool, man. So we're back tomorrow for a London session. We'll see what happens over Asian, and we'll see if we can maybe, catch the reaccumulation in here. I think we can see something already forming in, and then maybe for tomorrow we can see if we can catch that.
Yeah, I was looking inside there. There's a distribution right now, so I couldn't stand to read information tomorrow.
Yeah, so maybe somewhere in here, that 1 hour, there's imbalance in here. And then for me, it's below the weekly open price, which is cool because if we can get that and and it's bullish in our direction, we can be getting the low of the week to go and close out at the high of the week. So that's pretty cool if we can do something like that. So let's see, man. But other than that, I'll
Yeah.
catch you tomorrow, innit?
All right, bro.
Man.
Hold it, bro.